Hey guys, alright, done messing around. I just want to do a quick video. I'm a little hot mess right now. I've had a great morning so far. I just want to continue on what I posted a little earlier about goal setting, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. Don't mind Piper. She's a ball freak, 12-year-old Boston Terrier. Never stops with this ball. Drives me crazy sometimes. I got some sun poking in my eyes, but that's all good. I'm not worried about lighting. I'm not about perfection here. I'm just about having a little conversation. So like I said, this morning I did my workout. I did a 45 minute workout on the treadmill, mostly hills, very little jogging, more of a low intensity. My heart rate did get up a couple times. And then I did a 12-minute HIIT, which included 6 different compound body weight exercises. Great. You don't need a gym, but I went to the gym for some energy. My shirt says everything is better with coffee. I really wish they had something that said everything is better with tea. I drink tea, I don't drink coffee, but I love this shirt. I loved how it fit. Like I said, I'm still in my gym gear. Slow down. So I just finished my yoga. So I did treadmill work, I did a short HIIT workout that was full body, and then I did some detox yoga, which was about 35 minutes. Strong twisting, which helps get that detoxification going and that digestion. I like to call my little conversations, we're having tea talk with tea. So this is tea, but it's a little more room temperature. I wanted to add a little more protein powder today and some hemp seeds, so I needed a bigger cup. So basically, I'll do a little quick recipe, maybe when I'm done what's in here. But again, this is just looks like chocolate milk, but this is my medicinal mushrooms. That's the main base, and my vegan protein powder right there. Yummy. That's my post. I broke my fast around 10:30, quarter 11 with my green powder drink, and this is like my first meal. This is gonna have a lot of calories and fat in it. We'll talk about that later. So anyways, let's get back to goal setting. I like to set goals. I like to use tools. So tools are very important. What can tools be? Excuse me. Look. So a scale can be a tool. Apps can be tools. Music can be tools. Calendars, journals, things like that. You can use as tools. Let me adjust this a little bit. Can be used as tools for your progress, and whether it's health, fitness, nutrition, or just life goals, work goals, lifestyle goals. So I'm gonna show you a few that I have. I used to spend a lot more time writing workouts out. I've got books and loads of notebooks and everything like that. And I quit doing it for a while because it became a little bit of an obsessive thing. So I just stopped tracking calories and my heart rate and all that because I had to let that go for a while. Let that go for about 4 years. And then I started incorporating some things with more of a healthy mindset when it came to it. So I'm gonna just show you, you just need just a little notebook. This one is pretty full. Right here. Let's see here, right here. You know, I just write different workouts that I come across that might look cool, or I can incorporate bits and pieces. I also have recipes in this book that I've come across that I've tried. I've also got I started this, and this is my goal journal. I have my regular calendar, so this is my January. You know, my main goals that I'd set for this month was to do my yoga, my 108-day yoga practice, meditate at least a minimum of 10 minutes every day, and try to keep my net carbs under 20. So pretty much every day I hit all these goals. Sometimes I struggle with the yoga because I don't always have a lot of time. So even if I can't do the full hour on the DVD, I always try to get at least 30 minutes in. Like today, I didn't do the full hour. I just did another 30-minute detox. It was still good. Some other tools that you can use is like the MyFitnessPal app if you're really wanting to know what your calories are, tracking your macros. But if it becomes obsessive compulsive situation in an unhealthy mindset, don't do it. Learn to be more intuitive on your eating. That's just my own personal, I come from a very disordered background when it comes to eating and exercise, so I'm able to talk about it more. So I just like to, they're good tools, but like the scale, if it's obsessive, and it ruins your day. If you get on the scale in the morning and it ruins your day because of that number, whether it's up, down, left, or right, whatever, don't do it. Don't do it. You don't want that number to determine how your day is going to roll. It's a tool. Just use it as a tool. Okay? My newest tool, I've always used my scale as a tool. It just keeps me reminding if my body's fluctuating with the foods I've eaten. I like to see if things cause me more weight gain or less weight, weight loss. If there's inflammation in my body, you tend to retain more water, etc. So my newest tool that I just picked up, I think at the beginning of the week, 'cause I had a coupon for it, was the Freestyle Precision Neo Blood Glucose Monitor. Now why? I'm not diabetic. Before I started high-fat vegan, I questioned whether or not I was pre-diabetic, okay, which means your insulin is always staying on the higher aspect of it. Now when I had fasting blood work done in the fall, I think I was fasted 17 hours, water only, and it was like 82, I think. So I was really curious about, since I've become high fat, low carb, where those numbers are falling with my tea, like my shakes or my herbal tonics and my meals. It's always just good to know if you're having a super big spike and a drop, because we don't want those high spikes and drops. We want a nice even keel throughout the day. You want that energized sense of calm. And when you transition on teaching your body how to burn fat as fuel versus depending on glucose, the energy is through the roof, okay? You just have tons of energy. But again, getting into that period can be an adjustment. And I've been doing this for 7 months now. I've been plant-based for 6 years. But to switch the carbohydrates to a lower versus a higher, there's transition periods. And people don't understand this does not happen overnight, okay? It happens, some people it happens quicker than others. And if you were in any type of pre-diabetic state or insulin resistant, it may take longer. So I just keep going and going. So what I did is I started testing this, okay, just so I know. Again, it's a tool. I don't allow this number to determine how my day goes. So maybe one of these days I'll actually show you how it's done, but I'll show you what this little kit did. You buy the strips, okay? Those are the little strips right there. Those were about, $12 or $13. And then the glucose meter was like $15 and I had $5 off. So it was a pretty good deal. Now maybe one day if I want to start checking my ketones, there are monitors out there to do that. It's a little more expensive, but we'll see. I mean, it's not necessary. So in here you get your little glucose meter. You get your lancet, which you just poke your little finger with. Not painful, believe me. There's so much fear behind there, it's not. And these are your little test strips. I'm not gonna pull it out because I don't want to waste it. So anyways, I've just been testing in the morning, water fasted, right when I wake up, usually post when I break my fast, or if I've done herbal teas to see where it's at, and then usually 3 hours after my meal right before bed just to see where it's floating around at. Now the last couple days, I think the lowest I had gotten was 79, and that was fasted 18 hours post a very gentle walk, hill walk on the treadmill. Now stress and sleep can affect blood glucose as well as food. And this morning it was high. It was like 90, fasted 15 hours, woke up, tested it, and it was high. It was in the 90s. It was 91, so it's not optimal. So it could be because I had a really poor night's sleep last night. And then I tested it post-workout because I was still fasted, and it went up even a little bit more. And again, sometimes intense exercises can cause those fluctuations, even if you haven't put anything in. Now, people forget that protein, your body can break protein down into glucose. So if you become catabolic, your body could break those proteins down and change and convert that into glucose. So keep that in mind, do your research on that. So it's very important when you're going high fat to make sure you're not going into any type of hypoglycemia or catabolic state, which means you're not eating enough, you're over-exercising. We've all been there, men, women, across the board. I'm a hot mess, don't mind me. And so again, it's just a tool for me to see if things are spiking my blood sugar in my fasting window. Now that doesn't mean I'm not in a ketogenic state. It just might not mean sometimes that my body's not utilizing the fat, or aka the ketones, in my body properly. So I just have to keep a close eye on that and continue on. And like I said, the days can change if you're stressed, your rest is poor, if you've overexercised. It's just a really good tool. Again, I'm really talking about this a little bit. If you have a little bit of extra money, these are not expensive. They're everywhere. Everyone's got diabetes, so these things you don't need a prescription or anything. So it's a good tool. It's a new tool in my box. Just like keto, it's a tool in your box. You don't necessarily have to be or stay in keto and stay low carb, but that's optimal. I'm always looking for optimal health. I'm trying to keep the inflammation in my body low. I'm trying to get my body to utilize body fat for fuel versus glucose. So just think about that goal setting, tools. Get your journals out, get your notebooks out. They're not expensive. You just have to take a little bit of time for yourself. And I always say, you always need to make time for you. If that's 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, because a little bit of time is better than no time. Okay, I'm gonna take another sip of my medicinal shake, I'm gonna call it. It's tea. Like I said, it's the mushroom tea, but it's not hot, it's warm. All right. Right there. So, I'm gonna chew a little carob nib in there. So like I said, just take time. Everyone does these New Year's resolutions, and I think are total, I'm gonna say it, bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Okay? Don't start something on Monday. Start it in the middle of the week. Start it on a Friday. Start it on a Saturday. That just gives you excuses if you say, I'm not gonna start till January. I'm gonna start in the spring. I'm gonna start on Monday. That just gives you an excuse to make poor choices. Okay? And again, every day, everyone goes through life and they do what they can in that moment. But quit making those excuses and just do it. The smallest things, baby steps, make huge changes. But you have to be consistent with it. And I've worked with so many people where they're consistent for such short periods of time. I just want them to find that consistency for their life. Okay? As trainers, as nutritional coaches, we don't want to, it's nice to get paid and to help people, but we want to teach you to be able to do this for yourself, just like we teach our kids. We don't want our children to be dependent on us our entire lives. We teach them to be productive human beings in society, right? So same thing with ourselves. We want to keep this in a consistent basis. We don't want to keep going on and off, left and right. I always say I want to try to get people just to get that light bulb moment, just to think about it. And the information is out there. Just do your research and dig deeper if you're not quite sure what you're being told is correct or not. And then take what you've learned or what you found and incorporate in your life. Okay, just like herbal teas or medicinal mushrooms or nutritionist food or raw food or vegan food or essential oils, holistic living, non-toxic lives. If any of this, just take it and incorporate it into your own life, because if you don't incorporate it in your own life, then you don't know. I can tell people all day long what I've done. People ask me, what do you do? I said, but you can't experience that unless you do it for yourself. So you need to find what works for you. I'm just another tool. Personal trainers, nutritional coaches, dietitians, we're just another tool in your toolbox that you can utilize in a healthy, holistic, nutritional lifestyle, fitness lifestyle. So again, just a little talk here, a little tea talk with T, about some goals and some tools, like my FitnessPal apps, journaling, exercise journals, food journals, blood glucose monitors if you need to. Just use these things as tools. Exercise is a tool. Nutrition, it's a tool. It's all just tools, part of our, our life. So again, I'll quit ranting and I'll let you go. That's just my continuation on a little bit of goal setting and some things you can use and to think about starting today. Don't wait till Monday. Don't wait till February. Don't wait till March. Start today. You know, if you ever want any help, you can always email me. I'll put my email down below. If I can help, I will. Even if it's with just your nutrition and your health, I'll do that. I mean, I'm willing to work with people if they're willing to work for themselves. I've gotten to the point where I've worked with so many people that if you're not willing to change, I can't help you because I can't do it for you. You have to want that for yourself. You want to want it, okay? You have to want it no matter what it is in life, okay? Want it. Crave it. Go after it. Peace. Have a good day, guys.